What is up, YouTube Landio? We are back. You thought I was done. You thought I was out. You thought I threw in the towel. Yes, I thought about it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm not giving up on my boys. But I will say I do think this season is over. I know we're only halfway through the season, 81 games, but there's 162 games in the season. Whew. But it's a rough one. We got a couple visitors today. You can see my cat's tail back there. I think my cat's about to do her business. And we also have my boy Manny. Got the Padres Cup here, the City Connect, and then we also have Tatis over there on the end. So, what happened? Padres got swept by the Pirates. Sad day. We lost 3 games to the Pirates. First game, we didn't have a pitcher. Yu Darvish was injured, and then the second game we had Snell, which he killed it, as he's been doing so far lately, and Joe Musgrove, who also has been killing it this season and doing a good job, and he did a good job, and we couldn't hold it together. So there's some details I'll go over, but overall, I know a lot of people are pretty down right now. We're, I think, 7 or 8 games now under 500. We're almost in last place. We were almost in last place before, but I feel like I feel like we're really in last place. Even though Colorado is behind us, I still feel like we're in last place. F-bombs being dropped. Woodsy calling out Hacksaw on the air on YouTube yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. You could check that out on YouTube. I think my cat just dropped the number 2. Let's see what else. Yeah, Musgrove dropping some expletives yesterday as well. Speaking of cat poop. So overall, the team is not doing good right now. Who knows what's going to happen? Are they going to be able to come back? It's halfway through the season. They still have a whole another half where they could just completely turn it around and kick butt and do awesome. But, that's a tall order. They would have to change a lot, I think. Well, I shouldn't say that. They won't have to change a lot. They just need to, make a few changes. And they're not changes that you can just make like, oh, I want to do this. So now I'm going to – it's like, hitting the ball. How are you going to, what can you do differently to start hitting the ball? One of the stats I saw yesterday was Tatis and Soto, just both of them went 0 for 5, which is incredible that Fernando Tatis Jr. and Juan Soto could not hit the ball one time. Or they hit the ball, but, ground out or pop fly or whatever. So, that's not going to help. The cool thing is, though, and this is funny because Grish hit a 2-run home run, which is crazy. It was funny seeing his reaction because he almost didn't know how to react after he hit that 2-run homer. He was like, most players are kind of just swag about it. And they're just like, oh, yeah, that was easy. But this dude was like, oh, shit, I just hit a 2-run homer. Kim got a home run, I believe. Trent hit a 2-run homer in the second. Let's see. Kim hit a home run in the 4th, which was awesome. Like I said, Kim's on fire. Now Trent's on fire. So you have the bottom of the order now. And by the way, they moved Kim from first at bat to 7th or something like that, but 6th or 7th. But so you have the bottom of the order, Grisham, Kim. Now we just need a couple of other guys, Odor, Nelson Cruz, these folks right here to step it up a little bit more too. But now the top of the order, Soto, the big 4, they're not doing nothing, So it's like if we could just get those, those 2 pieces along with the pitching, if we get all these pieces together, all performing well at the same time, the Padres are a good team. They could kick butt. They could be the team that people were talking about at the beginning of the season. So I don't see, I mean, based on the pattern where, one part of the year or part of the season, the big names were doing good. And then the pitch, the starting pitching did good. And then you had the bullpen doing good. And then you had the defense doing good. So it's kind of like, all these things will eventually come together, I hope. I don't see them all being this way the whole year. So I think that the time when they did the best was when the big names were doing good. Then the smaller names like Grisham and Odor and Cronenworth. There's someone I forgot to mention. They kind of just follow along, right? They kind of just, the big names pull them with them. But when it's just the little guys doing stuff, it's hard for them to win the game. And then the bullpen, starts to suffer. So I think once all these pieces start to fall together, we're gonna get some good results. And I'm not sure how long that's gonna take. Is it gonna be enough to make the playoffs? And is it gonna be enough in time to make the playoffs? Is the question. I don't know. Let me finish going over the rest of the game. So as far as the Padres, that was pretty much it. Grisham and Kim were the ones who brought in the runs. So that was pretty much it. And that was yesterday's game, the final game of the Pirates series. The day before, let's see, Xander gets a single in the 6th inning. That was pretty much it. Not much happened after that. So, actually, I take that back. Pirates got 7 runs, so they destroyed us. And it was a sad game. So I didn't watch the entire games until the end because yesterday and today, I kind of knew yesterday at a certain point, like once they got behind, I was like, Potter's not going to come back. They're really bad at coming back. I'm going to end with this. This is what, this is my take. So the Padres have a really hard time coming back, right? And I'm going to say something that's not very popular. I don't think they should have got rid of Jorge Alfaro. He came through. His batting average, I don't know what his batting average was last year, but it can't be worse than what Nola's is now. And Nola doesn't come through in clutch. If anything, he fails in clutch situations. So, we have the same team that we had last year, minus a couple people, and, we got better players. So you think we'd be doing better this year than we did last year. But think about who we lost. We lost Alfaro. And, offensively, he probably didn't produce a lot, but he produced enough. And he produced enough in key situations where we needed to win. It was a walk-off, the 9th inning. And we're not going to get that from Nola. So I'm not saying he would make us over 500 today, but you never know. I mean, he could have come through like in 80 games. In 80 games, how many of those games, percentage-wise, would he have had to have come through in for us to be over 500? 8 games? I mean, 8 out of 80? That's not a lot. So I think it would have been enough to put us over where we are right now. And on top of that, he brings the vibes. He's the one that came up with let's effing go San Diego. He's the one that coined that at the end of a game after a walk-off. So hashtag LFGSD. I'm freaking Team Alfaro. Bring him back. Get rid of Nola. Keep Sanchez. And maybe that's the change we need. I mean, what is Preller going to do? What can he do? That's something he can do. Other than that, I'm not a Preller hater. I'm not a freaking Bowmel hater. It's not their fault. I mean, yeah, everyone wants to blame Preller right now because of the trades he made, but no, it's a bunch of BS, dude. He got Musgrove. I mean, we're not mad at that, are we? What's up, right? So there's a lot of other good players that he has, that he's gotten, and not these over here, that we're not mad about. So we're just focusing on the negative right now, and that's the problem. We're too focusing on the negative. We got to start looking at the positive and trying to see what we can do to turn this thing around. We might, who knows, we might sweep the Reds. We might, do the unexpected. It's all vibes. It's all about the vibes, and right now the vibes are down. So, you can no longer say, oh, well, we beat the Rays. Best team in baseball. We won that series. We won 2 games against the Rays. So it's not necessarily all about like skills and numbers. Sometimes it's vibes. So thank you all for watching, for supporting the channel. Y'all doing a great job supporting this podcast. We're going to keep it going. This is it for episode 8. Thanks for watching. Peace out.